Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, it is pretty clear that the Fulanis are demanding a blood price for the emancipation of the southern regions. They are demanding that price from the southerners, and you can go around and carry as many placards as you like, and you can be as deep in numbers as you like, and you can shout, "We no go gree till you are blue in the face," but they have made it clear to you that the price that they are demanding for your freedom is a blood price. Guys, I bring you this: why we won't obey Southwest governors ban on open grazing, a headline attributed to Meeti Allah. So now they say that a governor is the constituted authority. I think it was the former governor of Oyo State that made that phrase popular, but they say that the governor of a state is the constituted authority of that state, and what that means is the constitution that swears in that governor empowers he or she to have final say on the runnings of that space. That is what the role of a governor is of a state. Is quite powerful. A governor of a state is the equivalent in that state to the president of Nigeria. So his word or her word is effectively law, of course, given all the processes and allowing for all of the processes that facilitates for that. But the structures are such that the word of a governor within the domain, within the state that it governs, is law. But here you have it now. Governors in the southwestern regions have made a pronouncement about the space that they govern, and an organization that is a non-actor in terms of governance is purporting to be citizens of that country, where they fall under the constitution of that country, which facilitates for the governor to make that pronouncement. They have come out to say that you can say whatever it is that you like, but we will stroll through your yard and nobody will stop us. We don't have any regard for anything that you have to say. So this is effectively what these people are saying. They are saying to the southern regions that for your emancipation, what we demand is a blood price. Again, why we won't obey Southwest governor's ban on open grazing, a headline attributed to Meeti Allah. So now let's now see now what the Malami lead group has to say. The Meeti Allah Kotuhori has insisted that it is opposed to the ban imposed on open grazing of cattle by Southwest governors because the enforcement of the ban was tantamount to an eviction notice. The governors had in Akure, the Ondo state capital, on January the 25th, declared the ban. The meeting in Akure was attended by the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, governors Adegboyega Oyetola of Osun State, Mohammed Badaru of Jigawa State, Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State, and Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State. Apart from Southwest governors, governors in the Southeast had previously banned open grazing and movement of cow on foot into the Southeast. But speaking to a newspaper, the Secretary General of Meeti Allah Kotuhari, Saleh Al-Hassan, said the ban on open grazing was targeted to destroy the means of livelihood of the herdsmen and radicalize the herders. He said they can't put an end to open grazing by fiat because grazing is not motorcycle business. There must be an alternative. Secondly, if they say they are going to end open grazing, what is the timeline for it? They want to displace herders from where they earn their livelihood. It is not different from an eviction notice. It is just putting the eviction notice into effect. This is very unfortunate because they cannot come out to say they are embracing peaceful herders and then say they are ending open grazing. What do they mean by that? Is there closed grazing From history, right from the time of Moses, grazing is open. By now, they should realize that they will not get the result they are looking for. We are in total support of the National Livestock Transformation Plan. I was part of the committee that reviewed the final document. The program has a lot of components, and if implemented, it will address a lot of challenges. Look at Benue State and how the approach has created a militia. You can't end open grazing by fiat if someone is looking for a crisis, and these crises have a way of reverberating. Al-Hassan argued that asking herdsmen to stop open grazing and begin ranching was tantamount to asking farmers to begin mechanization, without which they wouldn't be able to do their farming activities. He added, if they say herders must begin ranching today, where is the ranch? For someone to develop a ranch, they need at least 3 to 5 years for it to mature. The facts are there. Ranches cannot be created overnight, but they are just playing politics. On the issue of insecurity, he said herders had been victims of rustling and kidnapping, and that if insecurity was to be addressed, it was not by making it an ethnic issue, because according to him, there are criminals in every ethnic group. It is sad because at the end of the day, we end up radicalizing the herders, he said. When they are radicalized, who will benefit? The country will suffer worse insecurity. That is why we are against this issue of eviction or ultimatum, because it doesn't work like that. There have not been proper laws at the national level to address these challenges, and the National Assembly is just playing to the gallery. Let there be proper laws. He said if there had been an increase in the herders moving from the north to the south, it could be due to climate change, insecurity in the northeast, drought caused by environmental factors, or Boko Haram. So there you have it now, the spokesperson of the Métis Allah Cattle Hore group challenging frontally the constitutional person in charge of individual southwestern states. So what this now character is saying to Akeredolu, to Kayode Fayemi, Oyetola, etc., is that you can be governor in your state, but your governance does not apply to a Fulani man. And the Fulani man will come into your state and act as he wills, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Because, of course, if you attempt to stop them, he's now saying that you will radicalize them, and then there will be a spike in insecurity within your region. So that's a direct threat right there. So then, of course, if you make a threat, then you are really looking to gain something. So here is now the blackmail. So the blackmail is now that you have to do some national livestock program to buy them land and build ranches for them, and then put them there so that they can run their private business. Otherwise, status quo is maintained. So just to look at that, for instance, imagine a motor dealer with a fleet of cars, and then just suddenly one day taking all of his fleet of cars to go and park it along the busiest road in Onitsha, Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, etc., wherever, Edo State, to go and park that fleet of car on the busiest road in that state. Bear in mind, this is a private individual, a car dealer, making profit for himself. So he then takes his fleet of car to park on the busiest road on whichever individual state, and then says to the state government and the people of that state that they have to build him a bigger yard and a bigger compound, and also put mechanics in there to service vehicles before he moves his vehicles from that busy road. This is essentially what we have within the Nigerian space. And by the way, the car dealer that I've just described is well within rights to do exactly that, because this is exactly what the Fulanis are doing, the Fulani headmen are doing, the Fulani headsmen are doing. This is exactly what the Fulani headsmen are doing. And by way of calling them to order, what the Buhari regime is doing is patting them on the back with soft gloves and putting countless dollars in their pocket. So if they do these things and you pat them on the back and give them plenty of dollars, what incentive do they have then to stop doing these things is the question. But then, of course, this is Nigeria and everything goes. And this essentially is what I mean when I'm saying that these people are demanding a blood price, because if a governor of a state, the constituted authority, as I said, makes a pronouncement within his state and the Fulani headsman tells him to shut up and sit down, then of course it's either that governor shuts up and sits down, or he looks to enforce that edict or pronouncement or policy that he has stated and formed into being. To enforce his position. Essentially, he has to enforce it forcefully. So enforcing it forcefully against Fulani headsmen that are carrying AK-47s all over the streets of Nigeria essentially means a violent act. So this is essentially where it is. A blood price is effectively what they are demanding. Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, the Fulanis have stated their price, but are you willing to pay it? So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.